Hello, welcome back to another video. Today is going to be kind of a, I guess you could say, lengthy subject. ADHD. I have it. I've had it forever and ever. I was diagnosed when I was 3. I have both the hyperactive and the inattentive. I have to take roughly I'm not really taking my afternoon meds anymore. I take them during the school year. I have to go to the nurse every day to get them in the school year, but I'm usually just taking my morning meds, which is 76 milligrams of methylphenidate, which is a lot. We're actually maxed out. We can't go any higher. And for my afternoon, it's 20 milligrams of, oh lordy lord, I can't think of the name. But I have to take roughly 100 milligrams a day during the school year, just for my ADHD. But ADHD is not always a bad thing. My dad always tells me, don't think of your ADHD as a disability. Think of it as a superpower. I try to. I really do. But it's hard sometimes. People with ADHD tend to be very emotional about things. I know I am. I mean, I can't even look at somebody else cry without crying, and it makes me look stupid, but that's just how it is. But yeah. But I'm gonna be going over some of the things that I have to deal with when as a person with ADHD. Some are good and some are bad. So I guess we'll start with the first one. People with ADHD tend to be very emotional. I've already said that. I just said that, but that was just kind of scratching the surface, I guess. ADHD, whenever it's usually the hyperactive part of it. But since I have both, it tends to, well, it's not since I have both, but I do have both. But it intensifies emotions, or like, I hate to say enhance, because it doesn't really enhance them, but it intensifies the emotions. So, yeah. I've been working on trying to control my anger, because people with ADHD tend to have anger issues as well. And I've been working on that for a long time. But I have a fuse about that long, and there's already a match held up to it, just waiting to be touched with the fuse. It takes almost nothing to get me set off, and it's not a good thing whenever I do, because I end up like doing things that I probably won't regret later, which is a bad thing, because I don't regret doing whatever I did. But yeah. Sadness is another thing. I hate going to funerals. I mean, nobody likes going to funerals. Don't get me wrong. But I really, really hate going to funerals, because I remember my first funeral. It was my Aunt Reba's funeral. And I remember my dad picking me up to look at her in the casket, and I was thinking to myself, well, that's not my Aunt Reba, because it didn't look anything like her. And that kind of did it for me. And about a year or two ago, I think, about a year or two ago, we went to one of my dad's friends' mom's funerals. One of his friends' moms died. And out of respect, he had us go up there and look in the casket, shake his hand, tell him we're sorry. And I was honestly trying to hold back tears. Even though that wasn't my mom or my grandma in the casket, it still made me really sad, because it brought me back to that one moment. Obviously, anger is another one. Happiness. This one tends to get almost annoying. Like, we'll be happy, and then we'll be like overexcited for things that we really shouldn't even be excited that much about, and it can be kind of annoying sometimes. People with ADHD tend to. This is the same thing with autism, actually. I didn't realize how similar ADHD and autism were. but people with ADHD tend to have very picky thoughts on certain things and whatnot. We also tend to hyperfixate on things like in like it, to a point where it's almost an obsession. Well, it is an obsession. I have a very bad habit of this, like bad. I really hyperfixate on Skillet. Like, that's like they are my number one favorite band of all time. But you know, but I'm not gonna lie. When I wake up every morning, that's what I look at. When I wake up in the morning, this is the thing I look at. Let me flip y'all around here. It goes right there, and my bed is right there. So every morning when I get up, that's what I'm looking at. Put y'all back real quick. Oh yeah, and when I turn my lights on every day, I have John Cooper there. Um, I love Skillet with all my heart. They're like my favorite thing in the whole wide world, and I hyperfixate on it a lot. Like, I'll talk about them all the time, and I'll just everything Skillet for me. I do. I tend to do that with music as a whole. Um, but yeah, like, to be honest, it's pretty rare when I'm not when like if I'm doing something, it's really rare to not see me with these in. If you don't see me with these on, we have some serious problems. And I'm not joking. Like the other day, I looked at my Spotify stats, and last week's listening time was over 3,000 out. Wait, no, not by 3,000. I think it was like a little over 2,000, but that's insane. Like, I listen to music nonstop. Like, it's pretty insane. Um, but I hyperfixate on things like that. I also have a pretty hyperfixation with cops. I love cops. That's what I want to do after I get out of high school. I have several pictures with cops. There's me. These are state troopers. I also have this one. We have I can't really see it because of the glare. But we have an Ozark cop and a state trooper, and I'm right there in the middle. And we have this one. That's the Mountain Bird Chief of Police. But I tend to hyperfixate on things like that. And to be honest, with music, I'll go back to the subject of music. Music is my happy place. Like, that's how I deal with things. Like, whenever I get mad, because usually when I get mad, I want to fight you. I really want to fight you. If you tick me off, I'm about to swing on you. But I'm trying to control that, because that's going to get me either hurt or killed one day. And I will. It probably looks like I'm just storming off, and because I don't give a crap about anything, but I do, and I'm trying to save myself and the other person the trouble. And I stomp off and I go listen to music. I'll shove both my earbuds in my ears and just blast rock music, because that's what makes me calm down. I do like Skillet. I listen to a little bit of Slipknot. I love Brian Head Welch. Love and Death. I like Violent Vera. But yeah, that's the music I like. We get off track very easy. Pretty much every one of my parent-teacher conferences, like every time my mom's like, so how's he doing in class? Pretty much their response is always this: he's a great kid, but we have to constantly get him back on task, and that's just my ADHD. I mean, I can't help it. I try, but there's nothing I can physically do about it. Yeah, we get bored easy, and we don't like being bored. Being bored is like a death wish for us. I have to be doing something. I whether that like, and sometimes the things I do when I'm bored annoy other people. I'll just constantly sit there and do that with my feet, or like tap on stuff and fidget with my fingers. I'll like click or make noises, as it keeps me entertained. A lot of people think I'm weird for that. I talk to myself. People really think I'm weird for that one, but I do talk to myself sometimes, and it's just keeping me entertained because I don't like being bored. I cannot sit there and do nothing. Like, I can't. I've tried and I can't. We try to think of something else to say. There's not a whole lot else. I mean, I guess some of the downsides to ADHD is in the long run. I did some research the other day, and people with ADHD, tend to they easily develop things like depression or addictions. I don't have, at least other than music, I really don't have any addictions. But I'm not depressed either. But I mean, that was just a study that I was looking at. I don't remember what the study was, but yeah. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. The other day, well, I say the other day, it was a few months back, but somebody was like, "You're just like, so you said that you had a mental disorder," and I was like, "It's not really a disorder." I mean, I guess it is. I mean, ADHD has disorder in it, but I mean, I don't see it as a disorder. I try to see it as a superpower. I don't remember how much radiation a normal human brain gives off, but I do know that somebody with ADHD produces, I think, like 5 times the amount of radiation brain waves than a normal person. But yeah, I thought I'd chat a little bit about that, and I'll be able to do live streams here before too long. I don't know when 24 hours is going to be 24 hours, but we'll find out, I guess. But school starts tomorrow, so see how it goes. I'm going to end the video here. I hope everybody has a great rest of their school year. If you've already started rest of your school year, well, a great school year, and a great rest of their week. Peace out.